Hello everyone, I'm Joe, and welcome to the first episode of Joe Reviews. I've always wanted to do a review video, so I thought we could mix it up a bit with this video. It's not going to have much video due to Nintendo's incredibly strict copyright policies, so I'm not going to use any game footage or pictures from the game because I don't want this to be copyright flagged. Because I don't want you, the viewer, to experience ads in our video unless we're getting paid for it. So yeah. I've played all the games in the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic series, so I will be comparing this installment to the previous titles on many occasions. I mostly played the soccer and rugby sevens mode, so that's what I'm going to talk about the most. The rest I'm going to simplify. Some of them I'll only explain in one sentence, just because I don't want to talk about them. Most of them I didn't have fun with, so I just want to get through those, talk about the ones that I did have fun with. Overall gameplay is alright. For some reason, you can't use the Pro Controller, even though the screen on the gamepad isn't being used, and it's literally the exact same button layout as the gamepad. So why can't you use it? The gamepad has no additional features to the Pro Controller. I feel I'm less accurate with the Wii Remote D-pad, because you can only go in 45-degree angles. So just fix it, Nintendo. It'll be so easy to fix it. Music was good. Loading was minimal, except for tournaments where you had to go back to the main menu to move on to the next match. They got rid of a lot of events that made this game feel like it was really the Olympics, and I just feel disappointed because they obviously can make them. They have made them, so why haven't they put them in the game? It feels like Star Wars Battlefront when it first came out. You felt as though we could do so much more with this. Why aren't we? Other aspects of the game, the Miis, you're forced to play as the Miis in tournaments, which make your stats and your outfit very important. But of course, your base stats are horrible. So your outfits determine your stats way more than they have in previous installments. Now you're forced to choose the best stat clothes rather than your favorite clothes, which it's just frustrating. Because in a family-friendly game like this, you shouldn't have to worry about stats. If you want to look a certain way, then you should be able to without worrying but then this other guy might beat me because he has better stats. This is Nintendo. We shouldn't have to worry about stats too much. There's now a guest character, which is an unlockable character for a single event. So they coded all of these character models and animations and stuff and voice acting, but for one event only. It just seems like such a huge waste of time. And you don't know when you're going to unlock the guest or not. Seriously, I was unlocking guests left and right, and then they just stopped. And I don't know how to unlock the rest of them, because I didn't get all of them in one go. So it just seems like so stupid. Just put all of these characters on the roster. You already put all the character models in the game. Use what you already have to make this game better. Alright, I'm going to explain the menu very quickly and simply because it's just a menu. They got rid of just single event. They got rid of all those just basic menu designs, and they instead went with an interactive menu at Copacabana Beach, which for one thing is a lot less crowded than you think it would be. And now you have to talk to people to initiate events, which really just slows down the pace. It seems petty, but you just get tired of talking to people. You have to talk to Toad about 5 times per tournament, which is it's just frustrating. Just let me keep going. It's like stop start, and the flow is really broken. All right, there's a couple game modes that I want to talk about. Single events are the best game mode by far. Play this and barely anything else. Maybe some tournaments if you want to get some guests. Tournaments quickly becomes irrelevant if you're not careful. Hero Showdown, the most confusing, most broken, and least fun mode in the entire game. Ghost events, like Racing Ghost in Mario Kart, which for some reason couldn't be unlocked from the start. Amiibo. Let me know if you find them. Seriously, let me know if you find a way to use amiibos in this game. Because I've done so much research and work, and I still have no idea what I'm supposed to do. The shop, wait 2 days for the currency to change to whichever one you have more of. Pay 50 coins or rings, get 8 stamps and 3 random pieces of various clothes. Because I want the cute leotard. Yeah, that's exactly what I would have chosen. Now onto the events. 100 meter running, I guess they just kind of say 100 meter. Attempt to button mash 1 and then randomly press 2 without throwing your gamepad at the television. 4x100 meter relay. What I play when I don't want to play rugby or soccer. 100 meter freestyle. They got rid of a good system to make way for a new weird mechanic. Archery. Rather than aiming, this game rewards those who shoot as much as possible, as if this is an arrow video game. BMX. Actually fun when you master the mechanics. Javelin Throw. Perfection. All I'm gonna say. Table tennis. Somehow they messed this up. So simple. Done it so many times, but they messed it up. Boxing. I don't understand this. I play it and I get frustrated because I don't understand how it works. So I'm not going to review it. Rythmnic Gymnastics. By far the easiest Guitar Hero game I've ever played. Equestrian. It's basically Dream Equestrian from London 2012. Triple jump. Expert level paying attention skills required. Beach volleyball. Basic and boring. Duel Beach volleyball. Complicated, loud, and frustrating. Now that we've gone through all the filler stuff, let's talk about my 2 favorite modes. Soccer and Rugby Sevens. These modes were what made me buy this game. They are by far the best game modes in the entire series for the summer portions. But they still have some flaws. They have really short games, which is a recurring feature in Mario and Sonic games. You can only have a 5-minute game max. The clock continuously ticks, which I complained about in London 2012, that it stopped and started, unlike real soccer. And then I played this game and I was like, okay, can we go back to the stop and start, please? The really short games frustrate me on so many levels, and I bring them up in Rugby 7, as some of the features in Rugby 7 take time off that clock. So much time that you feel like you barely played an entire game. Auto switching. Really, really, really frustrating. You will auto switch at the random moments. You will auto switch at the most random moments. And you won't, sometimes if you're playing with a friend who's selected other characters, you won't switch to your characters. You'll switch to theirs. And then they'll be frustrated because they're like, bro, why'd you score as Mario? And you're like, I didn't want to be Mario, I wanted to be Luigi. So it's frustrating. Just get rid of it. You didn't have it in any other game, and you put it in this one, and it doesn't work. So take it out. Please, for the love of God. Okay, calm down. You can only have teams of 2. And you could play with 4 people, but you have to split them up. So for me, this is a personal issue, because I have a lot of friendship groups of like 3 people, and I don't want to have to split up to play Rugby Sevens, which is so fun, but I'm going to get to that later. Just, you already select 4 characters. Why can you not just fit one more in, with the ability for more people to join that team? It doesn't make any sense, and they've done it before, which is the most frustrating part. When they take stuff out of a game in the sequel or later in the series, that just frustrates me, because you know you can do it, but you don't. So why not? Okay, calm down. Okay, before I get on to Rugby Sevens, I want to talk about what was by far the most surprising game mode of all, football. I was it's not even an Olympic sport. I'm not sure what was this some kind of coding error, or I don't understand. But it's really well done. You can have Mario be like your quarterback or your wide receiver. You can put him in different positions, and you can run routes. And it's just so in depth. And
The grabs. Go ahead, Mr. K.
it's European football, like soccer.
I'm making a complete butt of myself. The most embarrassing thing you've ever seen?
When you want to change from playing as your favorite felons and actors, get back to the basic fun of soccer by playing the London 2012 version instead. Honestly, 4 years was not good to this mode. Tackling is more strict than ever. You automatically steal, making it possible to steal from your own players. And because the slide tackle and shoot button are the same, sometimes you will hit 2 to slide tackle, but then you'll automatically steal a ball and you'll take a shot from wherever you are, which sometimes isn't good. Most of the time it isn't good. There were some improvements, including Dream Soccer, Duel Football, where they steal the power bar from London 2012 and called it Plasma. In addition, in both game modes, you now have the ability to bend it like Beckham.
Beckham's free kick!
And there's a new, improved penalty kick system, which really just made it easier on both sides. The AI kicked the difficulty up, which was really good because I was starting to get bored of my 27-5 victories on hard. Overall, don't buy this game solely for the soccer. If you want good soccer, buy London 2012. Much cheaper, better controls, much more fun. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, well, mostly I've been waiting for. Rugby Sevens. The only reason I got this game, everything else was a bonus. It was by far my favorite mode. However, seeing as it is the first incarnation of Rugby Sevens in the series, and it was fit in with this game, which was subpar, it has some flaws that are understandable that could be easily fixed. Rucks. They're only initiated when there's a tackle, but there's so few tackles that it just feels weird when it happens because the ball just kind of like pops out, and then all these people run over it, and then they just stand over it, and then they like push a little bit, which it's weird. There's not even a person holding the ball. Anyone could just pick it up. It doesn't make any sense. I've watched actual rugby, so I know what like a ruck is, and that's not a ruck, and it's messed up. The ruck mechanics are really broken because they're determined by how many players per team are in the ruck, which is just determined by how close other players are, which that part's actually realistic. But you have times where Peach and Amy overpower Bowser. You just see these rucks that don't make any sense, and you're frustrated because like I could have won that ball. I could have gotten that ball back, or I could have kept that. Easy solution. Just use the scrum mechanic of button mashing, use the power stat or like tackling stat that's on all the characters, or just eliminate rucks altogether. In Dual Rugby Sevens, they got rid of it, and the game mode is fine. It's faster, it's better, spend less time with people just standing over a ball that they could just pick up. Scrums. They're initiated when the ruck has 2 people on each side, which is realistic. Because in Rugby Sevens, when the ruck is unplayable, like it is with this system, they call the ruck unplayable penalty, and it's a scrum. That actually makes sense. But the scrum mechanic, it's such a time killer. With these really short games, you want to get as much rugby in as possible, and these scrums just take up so much of that time. It's all because the rucks didn't work. Which they don't work. Easy solution. Use the solutions for rucks that I've mentioned earlier. Kicking. Like 95% perfect. The aiming just needs to be a little more refined. Easy solution. When you hit the kick button, just put an arrow in front of your character showing where that kick is going to go. So allow them to see where they're aiming. Which that just makes sense. tries. The animations can be a little weird. Like, Mario does a front flip before putting the ball down. And Blaze, oh my god, if Blaze was playing real rugby, she'd get a concussion before she put the ball down. Just make the try animation simpler. They have like a diving one and one where they just put the ball down. So just use those. Just make it so much simpler. Forwards. Now in Rugby Sevens, you get 3 players who are more like tackling or power orientated at the front, called forwards. Then you have 4 backs, and those are more speed orientated, like better passers. They're a bit more skilled players. So the 4 characters you select are the backs, and then you get 3 filler characters because 4 plus 3 equals 7. And these characters are determined by who your team's captain is. So if you have a Mario character as your captain, you get giant Koopas with rugby gear called Boom Booms, which is not a good name for any character in a family-friendly game. And if a Sonic character is your captain, you get Eggbots, which have been in the series for a long time. But the Eggbots just suck. They're lame and they're stupid. I don't like them at all. Easy solution, just let the player choose what forwards they want to select. So just put like Boom Booms on one side and Eggbots on the other, and just have the player just select which ones they want. It just doesn't make much sense. Other than that, the game is on point. It's very detailed and has lots of features. The conversions, drop goals, and kickoffs are very accurate, and the lineouts are quick and easy. Dual Rugby is a unique twist in the game that I find no flaws in. Add a 4th difficulty and fix the things that I mentioned, and this will be the best rugby game on the market. And that's my review. Overall, this game just doesn't seem complete. It seems off. It's like if you bought a box of chocolate chip cookies. You eat the first 3 or 4, and then the 5th one turns out to be an oatmeal raisin cookie. And you're really disappointed because you're like, I was expecting a chocolate chip cookie. What about the rest of the box? Are they going to be more oatmeal raisin? Or is it going to be more chocolate chip? The Rugby Sevens gameplay is a redeeming quality of the game, and the soccer is okay, but I would wait on this until there's a price drop or major patch if you really want to play this game. I give this game 6 Edgehogs out of 10. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want a review of a game, just let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Obviously, I can't review a game I haven't played. But be sure to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Goodbye. You will auto switch at the random moments. Which is not a good name for any character in a family-friendly game.